Hey guys, Sixth here, gonna be giving you Game 2 from the semifinals A for the latest Dogsi number 5 taking place on January 8th, and here on the western side of Lost Temple we do have GGAzz, the Red Protoss, who did manage to take away the first victory in Game 1 from TAEdge with some brilliant force fields, able to break up the army of Edge and just obliterate it piece by piece really, and Edge spawning here on the southern side of Lost Temple. These will be close air positions, so keep in mind that this Overlord should be able to spot the Nexus before any of these units are able to spot the Overlord, unless of course Az chooses to run a probe to this southern side and just spot for that at a certain time. A lot of players do like to do that just to be able to spot that Overlord and have the same advantage that the Zerg player does have when spawning in these positions, just for that extra scouting info. And here is Az's first scouting drone, able to spot that there is no creep currently on that side of the map, the northern side, and it does look like he will be going for a forge fast expand here, already setting up a pylon, going to be putting down a forge and possibly a gateway here, and just wall off up here with a zealot on hold position this time. And it does look like that no Overlord antics will be taking place here today, as does already see the Overlord and will send his probe immediately southern to the Zerg base, currently putting up his extractor first before spawning pool. So this does look like a 14 gas 14 pool build, and already we do see gateway first actually instead of the forge, as he does spot that Edge is not going to be putting down any sort of fast hatch, going to be getting out that gateway instead of the forge, just to be able to get out a couple of zealots to be able to deal with this hopefully. And already we are seeing the same tactic that Az did implement in Game 1 on Xenon Caverns, putting this pylon here to block. Perhaps we're going to see the same follow-up by putting down a gateway after the pylon, just to furthermore delay the hatch. However, it doesn't look like Edge will be putting down that hatch anytime soon, as his mineral count is not quite there yet, but just preemptively trying to ward away this probe from doing any sort of antics. The gateway just finishing now, and this Overlord is in a pretty good watching position. No signs of a cybernetics core, so it will be fine for the moment. Later on, it does have a nice little high ground spot it can retreat to while keeping vision of this choke point right here. But it does look like that Az is going to be throwing down a Nexus right here, 18 Nexus after gateway, and not much else going on now. We do have 4 Zerglings currently being morphed in, egged in, hatched in, whatever, grown in these little pods, and metabolic boost is also on the way. If we take a look at that spawning pool, it is shimmering, and we do have the first zealot being chrono boosted out, and another zealot actually stacked into it. Not sure why Az hasn't got another building up here yet, or perhaps a little bit behind, even a cybernetics core or a forge. There we go, forge first, going to be putting off a cannon behind both of these buildings once that forge is established, and putting a zealot up in this northern position on hold position. However, we do have a Baneling's Nest coming out, very fast Baneling's Nest. I'm wondering why that Edge is not going for Roaches, just because Roaches are very good at breaking these forward fast expands. They can reach the cannons behind these buildings, but Baneling Bust is not a bad idea either. If he's able to bust down these 2 zealots, he should be able to run in with the rest of the Zerglings, or even this pylon, probably the pylon. Just because pylons do not hit you back in the face. No signs of a hatch from Edge actually, as he is currently fielding a lot of Zerglings. If we go to the units tab, he actually has 16, and Az only has 3 zealots and a cannon at the moment. Going to be putting up that cybernetics core. Is this a complete wall up? I do believe so. Should be looking to take down this pylon, this southern pylon, at the later stages of the game, and not actually going to be pushing out with these 3 zealots. Going to be engaging tons of these speedlings now. The speedlings do manage to get us around and totally wipe out all 3 of these zealots. Going to be rushing over to these buildings, but I do believe that this cannon will be able to ward away the push for now, at least, until Edge manages to get some Banelings. He's trying to test if there's any way through here. There is not. Between these buildings, it does look like there is a little crease. However, there was a probe blocking it, and we do have 3 Banelings, 4 Banelings, 5 Banelings, 6 Banelings currently being morphed in as well. Cybernetics core has finished. No signs of gateway quite yet. Gonna be getting out a zealot. I would like to see a sentry rather, actually, and actually Az is gonna be going 2 gates Stargate. Probably going to be looking to see some Phoenixes. However, Edge is currently fielding a ridiculous amount of Banelings. He has 6 already and is morphing in 6 more, so that will bring the total up to 12 because I can do maths. Oh yeah, gonna be picking up this stray zealot right here. No units for Az, only 2 cannons really. and a lot of probes. Gonna be marching in here with a ton of banelings. This gateway able to reinforce this pylon greatly so, and brings the gateway down to half health. However, the splash damage does manage to take down the cannon, which will leave a little gap in this wall. This gateway is dangerously low in health if we keep that selected, and these Zerglings are going to be causing some havoc on the mineral line for Adz. He should be fighting back with the probes. He doesn't have any other units. He has no choice. He needs to defend this with probes alone, and more Zerglings currently being streamed in. No signs of any banelings being morphed in either. This cannon gets brought back up, and this gateway is dangerously low in health. I would target this with the next wave of banelings if I were Edge, and it does look like he is going to be morphing in only 4 more. So this does look like an all-in for him, as only has 1 hatchery, 1 base, and is not continuing to make any sort of drones. However, these probes have been forced to fight for their lives. These Zerglings have taken down so many of these probes, and as is forced to call game, 9 probes to 14 drones. Beforehand, he actually had about 28 probes, and yeah, not expecting for Edge not to put down that second hatchery, which will mess up the timings of Az a little bit. Just a very quick rush from Edge, managing to take away the second game. So that leaves the series at 1-1. I'll see you guys all in game 2. Thanks for watching. Bye.